So when you log in your course, this is what you'll see. Okay, you will see your little calendar dates here, and obviously, I'm recording this on August 10th. So you're seeing the week before classes start. You'll see a section for announcement if there are any, and there are no announcements there. What to work on next, your next due date. You can certainly view all assignments if you want to. The browser check, make sure you do that. How to enter answers, good thing to watch. Just to make sure you understand how to enter things with math notation. Because I tell you, oftentimes people miss stuff because they can't round correctly and because they're just not entering them correctly. So take the time to watch it. It may be worth your time. Okay. Pearson Tutor Services, if you want to look at something like that. Here, this kind of keeps track of your overall score, what you've submitted. Okay. Now it's only going to grade. Your grade is based on what you've completed. Okay, so if you're not doing stuff, it doesn't count those until the end when I take care of that. Okay, so again, this is the course home, and you'll see right here on the 22nd, the pretest is due by then. Now, if you wait that long, you're already behind. So that's just the last day you can take it, or I list you as a no-show. Okay. Again, we've talked about the announcements. You've been to the start here. Let's now go to the instructor information. And this is me. Here are my office hours, my email, my phone. Email is the best way to contact me. I do my best to get back with you within 24 hours, except weekends. Sometimes I may not. Okay, so you have to be patient. Don't email me at 9 o'clock and think, oh, gee, he hadn't emailed me back. It's 9:30. Well, that's ridiculous. Okay, so you need to plan ahead if you need to get in contact with me. All right. So that's that. So please email me if you have questions. Okay, but again, be patient. All right, here's the syllabus. So there's a link for it. It'll open it up in a new window. You can read through it. It's got the same information about how to contact me, my division information, the course description, a link to our courses if you have any questions about other courses. The book is the 9th edition by Sullivan. They really don't sell that new anymore. We use the 10th mainly, but the book's online, so you don't really need a book, but you could certainly probably find this somewhere if you wanted a hard copy. Calculator, graphing calculators are fine, but you don't have to have one. Okay, you just must have to have a calculator with exponential and logarithms on it. You can't use your cell phone and computer when you go take your proctored test, so make sure you have a calculator. You can read through the class structure, and obviously we've already been to the Start Here link if you're watching this video. Okay. But make sure you log in at least once a week. Homework, we'll talk about that. Late work, is subject for a 10% penalty. You can work on your homework past the due date, but it is subject to a late penalty. If you miss a date for an exam, I will allow one extension per student, but you need to ask for it. Okay, but if you miss more than one due date, you're not going to get to make it up unless there's something really wrong. Okay, with the website or extenuating circumstances. Now exams, there's 4 tests and a final. So the take a test is where you find your exams. The final exam is comprehensive. Again, if you have difficulties, I'll give you one retake, but only one if you have technical difficulties. All right, the final exam must be proctored. That's the first time I've mentioned it probably. I'll mention it several times after this, but it must be proctored. There is a link for proctored final information that you can read about what you need to do. You have to pass the final to be eligible to pass the class. Okay, doesn't matter what your average is. You must pass the final to pass the class. So here's the breakdown of your grade. You can see most of your grade is based upon your 4 exams and the final. Homework is 20%. You can withdraw up till Friday, December 1st. And incomplete, there must be really something bad happening to get an incomplete. It's not that you just didn't get it finished. That's not good enough. If you want to look more about our college policies, you can go to this link where it talks about withdrawal procedures, financial aid, stuff like that. And here's kind of your course outline when things are due. But I have another copy of this in my due dates folder. But you can certainly print this when this gives you what you need to know, about your assignments. Okay. So that's your syllabus. Now we go back, and what I also have here, I have video lectures. They're not really titled anything but the chapter and the section number, 1.1, 1.2, etc. These are the same videos that I've created for my campus classes. So don't pay attention to any mention of a homework assignment or anything else because they're created for my on-campus class. But I figured, why do them again? I already had them. Why recreate them? Okay. But they're going to give you some, lectures. But just don't pay attention to anything else but the lecture part of it. All right. So here's where we come as your graded homework. As you can see, it goes right down the order, and you must take the pre-test before you can start any of these assignments. Okay. So take the pre-test. Okay, and that opens up all your other work. As you can see, here are the questions down here. Take them, and if you're not ready for it, go back. But just do that pre-test. And you can see your exam reviews are located in here as well. Everything goes right in sequential order. So you just start and work on through it. Okay. Now your tests are located here. Okay. Now the best thing about this, you can click on and you can pretty much go do all assignments. And again, they're all in order. Okay. All in order. But if you just want to look at the test, you can. And you see there's 4 tests and the final. Okay. Due dates, that's the, this folder here. You certainly print this off, but it's the same folder or the page I had in my syllabus. And again, remember, you must get a proctor for the final exam, and you must pass the final to be eligible to pass the course. You wonder why I keep saying that? It's because there'll be about 2 or 3 of you that will be totally unaware of that because probably you didn't watch the videos. All right, Gradebook. Now you can go here, and this kind of gives you your progress, and you can do past month, past 2 weeks, or you can do for the entire course to date. Okay. Study plan. I really don't do anything in a study plan, but if you're having trouble with the topic, you can certainly pick the section you want to practice in. Okay. You can go to all the chapters. All right. And you can start with chapter 1 and say, man, I need some practice on linear equations, and do those. Okay. But it's not required. You're not going to get extra credit for it. It's just something that you choose to do if you want to. The chapter contents, this is your ebook. So here you go, chapter 1, section 1.1. You've got separate videos than what I create. You can actually go to the e-text itself. And within that e-text, you'll see it does take a second to load it up. But it's just like the book. It's just your book. Okay, so you can pick, you can start here and go page at a time. Okay, if you want to read the book, or you can always just skip to which section you want. Okay, so that's your ebook. And there's, again, chapter tests with test prep videos. We don't cover every section, so I probably wouldn't look at those. It might just confuse you. We're only doing 1, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. So I would just mainly look at the chapter contents as far as what we're covering. If you do want extra practice, I've given these right here, extra practice problems. They're not graded. Okay. They're just extra practice. So if you want to get some more practice in for the test, you can go to your study plan and go to section 1.1 and work these numbers, or you can do them from the book. Okay. But they're not graded, not required. Here is the section about the proctored final exam. Okay. I discuss about what it is, what exams, and how do you schedule it. And there's links for BCTC Proctoring Center. If you are not a BCTC, you can find your college here. And if you want to take the test at home and you have a webcam and about 20 bucks, then you can do ProctorU. So you click on that link. There you go. Okay. You're a student and you can create an account, ask questions. There's chat down here. So, I don't control it. So you can ask me questions about it. I don't know. I won't be able to answer a lot of them because I don't know how it works. I've never taken one. I just use it, and I know some of my students have used it. Okay? So read through this. If you ask me a question about it, I'm going to direct you back to this. So just read through it. Your Multimedia Library. This is where you can choose maybe what chapter and section from the book, and you can look at the book. You can do the video, a PowerPoint, more animation, and more video lectures. Your call. Okay, so you have lots of things available to you. Now the grading policy, this is just how I compute your grade. You can certainly, if you want to see how the math works on that, you can. It's not like I average the homework and test evenly. Don't forget, your tests are weighted heavier, so they're worth more points in theory. Okay, if you need to drop the class, there are links here, information here about how to drop. Discussion boards, I really don't require them, but I do post some helpful hints for each section, on top of, the videos I've created. I give you some helpful hints. So you can, if you're stuck on something, maybe in 1.5, go on down here and, I kind of throw a little hint in here once in a while. Okay. And the rest are your, kind of your tools for success, your tutor services, things like that. Okay. And here's where, there's some things for calculator tutorials, stuff like that. All right. So that's about it. So I'm going to end it. But, as I talked about in my intro video, the key is to pace yourself and to ask questions when you get stuck. Okay? So good luck and get busy.